Hey friends, it's Steven with Leviathan Snakes, and for this week we are going to be going over our banana sunset clutch that all just shed out and they look amazing. So this clutch is probably going to be our best clutch that we've ever had, or it definitely is the most valuable clutch that we've ever had, and I am so excited about every single one of these babies. So if you are into the sunset project, if you're looking to get into the sunset project, this is definitely the video for you. Please don't forget to hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe to the channel, but let's get to it.
So when we started off in the sunset project, we purchased a visual male sunset and a het sunset female. Normal het sunset, just regular sunset male. And that was going to be the basis for our sunset project. Any female hets that we produced would have been, or male hets, we would have produced from our visual male being paired to one of our females, and they would never produce a visual because they would all be, the females wouldn't have that het sunset in them. So we were going to start from scratch when it came to that. We would only produce visual sunsets from that male sunset to female het sunset pairing.
The male for this clutch is going to be our visual sunset male Aries, and he is the very first visual sunset that we ever bought. We had him from a baby. We had gotten him when he had like one meal is when we had actually bought him, and we've had him the entire time, and he is honestly my favorite snake that we own. I absolutely love him. So all of our sunset clutches that we've had so far have been sired from him, and we are just super excited and super happy with how much of an amazing breeder he has been for us. And he's just a super sweet snake and beautiful too. So we love Aries. Now, the mom for this clutch, her name is Prada, and she is a super banana sunset.
A couple weeks before we had our daughter, Penelope, in 2022, Steven and our friend Troy from Balls and Strikes drove down to Bob Vu's home facility, and while they were there, he had a super banana sunset girl who wasn't quite up to size and only took ASFs, and Georgia, you're not really allowed to have ASFs, so that was not an ideal situation. In South Carolina, however, you are able to have ASFs, and we breed them ourselves. So Steven was very interested in bringing her home, but it was definitely more money than we had ever spent on a snake, and we were about to have a baby. So wasn't super keen on that right away, but Steven told me that he'd already bought her while he was on the phone he put me on the speakerphone with Troy and himself, and he told me that he bought this female super banana sunset, and in my head I was like, well, it couldn't have been that much money, or he would have never done that without talking to me, and I'm not gonna like yell at him in front of Troy. So I was like, okay, that's fine. And he goes, wait a minute, it is? Like, I'm allowed to do that? And I was like, whoa, what do you mean? Because I didn't actually buy that. I would never spend that much money without talking to you. And I was like, well, good.
Now, one thing that I would say, I feel like that their sunset can get some kind of criticism as they say that the animals don't age well. I personally think that Aries has aged amazingly, but I don't personally really like the super banana sunsets on their visual appearance. To me, I think that the best part of the sunset project is those really bright, deep reds and oranges and different kind of color tones like that, because you don't really get that in other ball python morphs. And with the super banana sunset, I feel like that moving away from the oranges and reds, you go more towards the yellows, and I think that she's an awesome snake, but she does not look nearly as good as what I personally think a regular sunset looks like, or a banana sunset, which looks absolutely amazing. They're incredible babies.
After we had the baby and things were like going really smooth, we were, selling some snakes, we had like some free time, all this stuff, we ended up driving down together to purchase her. And so Prada is our super banana sunset female, and visually she's not visually stunning. She's not very pretty. She's not a combination I would make in order to, create a beautiful animal. But she's a very powerful breeder. So all of her babies are going to be banana, and any time we pair her to a visual sunset, all of their offspring are going to be sunset. So no matter what, we're going to get, banana and sunset, or at least het sunset from her. So pairing her just to our base visual sunset male, or our single gene sunset male, is going to give us banana sunsets, which is really awesome. And the first time we were ready for her to, or the first time she was ready to breed, all we had male-wise in the sunset world was our single gene male sunset Aries. So that's what we paired her to.
We had got her in, I think it was like February or so of 2022, and she was not quite breeding size when we got her. She was about 1,100-ish grams, and she wasn't a super good eater, but she did eat enough where she ended up getting up to about 1,600 grams, and we are comfortable pairing her at that point in time. So we paired her and Aries multiple times, multiple months, and they did not lock for quite a while, but when we would ultrasound, we would see that she was pretty consistently around 15-ish millimeter follicles. So if they did get a lock, we knew that she was like already kind of like right on that stage where she's about to like really start building. So eventually they ended up getting a lock, and when they got a lock, she almost like exploded in follicle growth. So she went from like 15 to 25, like very, very quickly. We got another lock in with them, and she was like 25 to 35. And I'm pretty sure we only got 2 actual locks in with her and Aries during the entire season, at least the ones that we saw.
Out of that clutch, we got 5 eggs. That was really exciting. She wasn't super big, so it wasn't a huge surprise or anything that she only gave us 5 eggs. It was our first real clutch of 2023. We had one clutch at the beginning of the year that was a Partho clutch, and only one baby made it, so it's kind of hard to count that one. But the first like real clutch of 2023 was going to be another visual sunset clutch, a banana sunset clutch. So that was very exciting. And we we checked on those eggs like through our incubator. You can see it back there. We checked on those eggs quite a bit. And unfortunately, one of them, Steven noticed, did not look so good towards the end. And we did cut that egg around 54 days because it looked so bad. And what we found inside was a snake that did not ever survive. It didn't develop fully. And because it didn't have like a blood flow, it was not like yellow and orange. It didn't have those golden tones, those like really pretty banana sunset colors. It actually looked very gray and silver, which scared us a little bit because it kind of looked like Mom. It kind of looked like a super banana sunset. And having had a Partho clutch at the beginning of the year, immediately we were not, I was a little afraid of what we were going to get. I thought we may have had another Partho clutch. A parthenogenic clutch is when a mother makes a duplicate of like her own genes. So the offspring that you get takes like one of her like genetic traits and just like goes on that, like doubles it. So if you have like a banana sunset, you would double the banana, double the sunset, or double the het sunset. So you would get a visual super banana sunset from that. And that's what I was really scared of. So we did cut this clutch, even though we knew they should all be banana sunsets. We knew what we were expecting to see, but having gotten one bad baby or one unhealthy, like non-thriving baby, we did cut the rest of the clutch at day 55, and all the rest of the 4 remaining eggs looked fantastic in the egg.
We ended up with 4 banana sunsets, every single one of them banana sunsets, and they just look absolutely incredible. So we are so freaking excited about these babies. I personally think that the oranges that banana brings into the sunset, like it just highlights those really, really deep, vibrant oranges, those reds, the little bit of golds. It's so hard to actually pick them up, like pick up the real colors on camera, and they just are breathtaking. Even on camera, but in person, they're just absolutely one of the most beautiful snakes that I've personally ever seen. I am so freaking excited about them. Now, we end up with those 4 banana sunsets, but we had lots of people who had inquired and wanted interest or showed interest in these animals. And one of them specifically was looking for a male. So we really, really wanted to get a male banana sunset for Shannon, who is awesome dude, Green Dragon Brokers, in case you guys are not following him on Instagram. But we ended up getting 4 females, which is good. It's really, really good to get a female heavy clutch, but the fact that we specifically wanted to get at least 1 male for Shannon and we weren't able to do it, we were super, super disappointed. We're sorry about that, Shannon. We hope you get your banana sunset male, or we hope you get a male for the sunset project, and we are super, super bummed that it couldn't be from us.
Steven always wants me to sex the babies like right away because he's excited and he wants to know, but I don't like popping, or definitely not probing that quickly. I usually will wait until they've had their first shed or even have had a meal and it's been a couple days. But since we were so excited about these clutches, I tried to sex all 4 of the babies pretty early on. I got peed on, you know, a lot comes out in those first couple days if you try to pop. So I didn't see any hemipens. Every single one of them looked like a female, and I was like, I'm not gonna say anything just yet. So we waited a little longer. We waited until they all shed, and I tried it again, and they're all female. All 4 of them are female, which is really great 99% of the time. Like the females are definitely the like ideal like offspring in a lot of situations when you are breeding or producing producing animals for people who want to, you know, purchase your snakes to breed in the future. But in this case, we did kind of want some males. So really cool that we got 4 females out of it. But would have been happy with at least 1 male. Honestly, when Steven said that it was one of the most visually stunning snakes that he'd ever seen, I was like, it's a sunset. Of course he's gonna say that. But when I saw it, when I saw that first one that came out of the egg, she is so beautiful. Like you hear all the time, like the camera doesn't do it justice. These babies are so pretty. The way their pattern and the like orange and the yellow contrast, it's like the pattern is brought out through these like beautiful yellow colors, and not brown. I think a lot of people say like gold when they mean brown to kind of like make it sound better. This is like yellow, like daffodil yellow, like beautiful sunset color, like actual sunset colors, not just sunset the morph. These banana sunsets give, like, they remind me of like sunsets on the beach or like strawberry daiquiris, just so beautiful. And I love these babies so much. I'm so excited about them. Don't tell Steven, but I will not be sad if one of them does not sell and we have to hold her back.
I'm gonna show off these babies just a little bit more and then we're gonna end the video. So we hope you guys enjoyed it. It is my favorite clutch that we have had so far, and we cannot wait to see all of the other babies that we hatch out this season. We will see you next week.